That's cool. This restaurant formats its name in the old telephone exchange name format. Pennsylvania 6. And that is precisely what this area used to be in terms of exchange name. Speaking of Pennsylvania, look at this. Penn Station is, the front 7th Avenue side is completely engulfed by scaffolding. Don't even recognize it. I thought that said workers. I thought they spelled workers wrong. Feels like I don't know what I'm walking into. Familiar. So here I am at Grand Central again, and I'm an hour early to get a booster shot because I just misread something. There are 2 MTA places you can get them without an appointment or anything. This and Times Square. But Times Square closes at 2. And I thought that meant Grand Central opened at 2, but Grand Central doesn't open until 3. So as long as I'm here. Might as well see if the underpass, the 45th Street Cross Passage, let's see if my payphone radio card is still down there. Somebody took it. I don't remember how long it was. It hasn't been that long since I was down here, but probably a month or 2 at least. still has dust on it, which I didn't remove. It's very quiet down here. I guess it was always that way. Turns out there's some pretty cool artwork down here. Very hidden away. Not to mention these things. What does this say? Ellen Driscoll. As above, so below. Looks like turtles. But of course, the real art piece is on the other wall. And here's another one. I just had a very grown-up thought about this one. And this is more of the Ellen Driscoll stuff. Not sure how to interpret it. The turtles on one side and what look like planets on the other. So she's saying that
I would have gotten you on it, but I was only given 20 minutes notice before the goal. Oh no, she came after. I had done 9, so I always look off the phone. So basically, like, everything was put on the table, and I was just as transparent as possible.
that guy's really annoying me.
Yeah, or Dylan for that matter. Yeah, a little bit for the unprofessionalism of that, Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
So the question is, I think I saw 3 continents down there. Australia, South America, and one other. So where are the other 4 represented? Or are they? I commented to an MTA worker in the elevator about how cool those pieces were. He's like, yeah. He agreed.
Yeah. Is that the one that Brian used for Seafield?
didn't think of this until just now, but I think it was last week. Somebody had been telling me that the path from Fulton and Gold to the Oculus was the farthest you could walk in New York City, in staying either, I forget if he said underground or indoors. I think he probably meant indoors. So I did that, but now I wonder where this path fits in that discussion, because you can get all the way from 42nd to 48th. Oh, and I think I might have found a continuation of that art series. Indeed. Although I don't see a big plaque with a continent named. Or did I just miss it? Oh, I did miss it. I think I've been passing them this whole time. The whole time I was just blabbing my mouth. Here you go, Asia's so big it gets two of them. Both of them slightly defaced with red. Or is that intentional? I don't know. I came back over to the Northwest Passage to see if I'll find any more continents. I don't want to be partially incontinent. And last time I was here, I looked at this row of payphone vestiges, which for whatever reason still has the famous 30-second phone. For whatever reason, they chose not to get rid of this one. Maybe they kept it in service all the way to the bitter end, I don't know. It was pretty popular, but I don't remember ever using it because I wouldn't have had any reason to. I never had a house upstate where my wife would want to know when I was getting back from work. I never adulted like that. And it's fine with me, by the way. I think this passage is about one city block shorter than the other one. This one only gets you to 47th. Because I'm still stuck on that discussion about where the longest indoor passage is. And by the way, I already dispute or remove from consideration that Fulton and Gold to the Oculus because you have to pay a subway fare to get through it all. So it's not public. I'm not seeing much hope that there's going to be a continuation of that art series over here. And I remember this from last week. I can't get to the elevator. So I don't know, maybe that Driscoll series, maybe that continues down on the tracks, or somewhere else. It's gotta, I guess it continues somewhere. Or maybe I just make an assumption of completeness. That if somebody starts a series of pieces with the continents, that I just assume they're going to use all 7. So I'll keep my eyes open for them. I'm not going to lose sleep over it though. I always forget about this 45th Street passage. I seem to remember it being closed for a lot longer than the other ones. But I wonder if the balance, or if there is a balance, if there's anything left of the Ellen Driscoll stuff. I wonder if it's down here. Oh, and look, I think it is. Oh, that's not it. I thought that was going to be something. Okay, I'm not seeing it. It was through these doors where you used to be able to find 4 pristine old phone booths. It was in the lobby of an abandoned MTA building. But someone who follows either this page or follows me on Twitter pointed out to me that those phone booths actually were up for sale on eBay. So somebody had extracted them from the building. I think the asking price was like $3,000. And it looks like they sold. I didn't really follow it that closely, but one friend of mine who had been in the business for a long time was selling off all his payphone leftovers. And he said he was actually doing pretty well with it for a while. For maybe a couple of years. Getting pretty good prices for his old, not just the phones, but the signage and the individual parts, like a rotary dial piece or signage or whatever. He was doing pretty well with that for a couple of years. But then the fad seemed to have faded. People were buying up that stuff for their man cave, seemed to be the trend. But he said that fad seems to have finally had its day. 5:54. All right, it's 10 to 3. Now where the hell do I get my booster shot? So far, I feel a little bit of a fever, a little bit of a chill, but that's same as last time. I only had to wait 10 minutes this time. always ask if I have any allergies. I always say no. I think I have an allergy to pot smoke, or if it's not an allergy, I have a very bad reaction to it. And I also have an allergy to something in beer, which only surfaces every once in a while, and I've never really figured out why. But it's actually kind of fun. I get hives and like...
There is a Queensbound Express 7 train to